All right. Crossroads Sports, episode 382 on a late Wednesday night. I'm your host, Brandon Reeve, and my co host, Jonathan Birdsong. JB, how are you? Happy Wednesday late night.
Underneath the moonlight, if you can see the moon in the Indiana sky, it's kind of cloudy. But yeah, man, we are, what I'm saying? Just because we missed the 7 o'clock hour, it is what it is. But yeah, late night for you people who are up past when Jeopardy goes off, you know what I'm saying? We got we got you covered. Brandon, it's been a kinetic week, another kinetic week in sports, man. Whether it's NFL, for sure, NBA, or college sports, man. Where do you want to start it?
Well, first, I want to give a shout out there to your Chewbacca mug.
Yeah, I'm having got a little hot tea going. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Uh-oh. Under the weather a little bit.
No, I drink tea. I drink tea all the time, hot or cold, man. So
Gotcha. I leave tomorrow, head 12 o'clock noon for ATL for the
the,
Hoosiers game
the
against
real,
Oregon.
the real. Hey, man, I know Brandon Reef is gonna only. I've only been to Atlanta twice in my life. One as a little kid. One as I was an adult. I guess you could say I wasn't necessarily mature, but I was an adult. Man, Atlanta is a great city. Great city, man. Uh,
Magic City's downtown, I saw.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not talking about that part of the city.
I am.
I'm just talking about just kind of be careful, man. Driving on the highway, interstate, man. They drive a little faster than we do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
I drive slow anyway, but
yeah,
what I'm
you
saying,
slow as mud.
yeah, 70 for them is the culture. 70 is
JB, for those of you here in Indianapolis, JB on 465 is that one that's going 51.
oh no. I'm on the back roads, buddy. I would take the state road
Oh,
straight
you don't
to
even mess with the state, huh? The Indiana
no,
State.
unless I gotta go pick up the kid, you know what I'm saying? Like when she was going to Indiana State, man. Oh man, I'm not on the
I think
highway.
one of our guests said that you were always. Actually might have been Justin Powell said that you were one of those that just stays all. You stay inside that 465 loop when possible.
Yep. Yep. Stay safe, y'all.
Let's dive right into the NFL, John.
Okay.
First, let's talk Sunday night football. Steelers, Ravens. My God, it was a back and forth game that I feel like 5 years of my life came off. Aaron Rodgers had his best game as a Pittsburgh Steeler on Sunday night.
For sure.
Looked like he could go out there and throw for another 2-3 years, probably out there the way he was winging it.
That last game,
Um,
maybe they shot him up the shoulder. I don't know, Brandon. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily invest in that, especially kind of after the drama they experienced with the fandom, booing
yeah.
Tom, and actually, you know what I'm saying, being rumored that it's crazy, man, that these ownerships and management will get the tables, man. Whoever loses games getting fired. And then
Mm-hmm.
the next day or the day after the next day, right? You know what I'm saying? John Harbaugh gets fired. So, but no, man, great victory for the North was always, we talked about it how many episodes ago, man, that the AFC North was always going to be in a flux. Brandon Reeves said, nah, man, just because the Ravens is down don't mean count them out. And they scratch and claw their way back into it. However, people kind of want to see, you know what I'm saying, John Harbaugh getting fired. He was there for 18 years. Maybe it's this time, the ownership just kind of felt it was time for a culture change. You know what I'm saying? Me and you have already talked about a culture change with the Pittsburgh Steelers,
Mm-hmm.
just not necessarily with the firing of Mike Tomlin. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Going into the playoffs, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, they play Jacksonville.
Houston,
No,
Monday Night Football.
yeah, I knew they play AFC. They play Houston.
Last game, Monday night, Houston.
I mean, of all the AFC teams, that's the one that you're not necessarily scared of, man.
Even
Just
though they've won 9 straight. That's the part. It's weird. You're not scared of them, but they've won 9 straight. They're the second hottest team.
but you've seen CJ Stroud struggle, and you see that you can kind
They
of
don't
turn.
have a run game.
I mean,
You
right.
can say they have a run game. They don't, and they're gonna need a run game coming to Pittsburgh.
So right, and they taking the trip. That your Pittsburgh Steelers don't have to go there. So that's a
And
feather
it's
in their,
cold.
that's a
24
feather.
degrees
Yeah,
at game time
that's
Monday
a feather.
night.
So because when I watched the Texans play the Colts, man, it was like mop water. Really, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of took the Colts. I mean, I know we're talking about Steelers, but I know NFL. I know we saw a good progress out of Riley Leonard. I see why there was a pause for letting him start. They were still trying to win 2 games, Brandon.
We'll get to the Colts.
Well, I'm saying they were still trying to win 2 games. So, but like, nah, man, to wrap it up for me, at least for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, yes, when you needed Aaron Rodgers to be Aaron Rodgers, when you needed defense to be the you know what I'm saying, the defense of the old, they kind of showed up.
I mean, that secondary they got burnt toast a couple times there when Zay Flowers got past that secondary. Jalen Ramsey just caught on a limb twice for some deep balls from Lamar. So you can't have that, especially against the wideouts of Houston. I'm escaping the name of their big guy, wide receiver for some reason. I can't think of his name right at the moment. But between him, Cam Hayward, if he can step up and play like I was a 25-year-old Cam Hayward again.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you just really want Brandon? I know the hope you want like Aaron Rodgers to turn back time and he's back at Lambeau, and instead of not making that pass, he's running to end zone to get to the Super Bowl, right? But don't, at this point, step by step, bit by bit, don't you really just want a playoff win?
Yes, that was the goal.
So I think if the Pittsburgh Steelers go with the same type of energy, same type of urgency that they had against the Ravens, switch out Houston and say that's the Ravens, man, and they'll walk out with a victory, playoff victory.
I don't want to. I'm not going to look forward ahead because in the playoffs you got to look at the opponent you have and give credit to Houston for what they're doing to make it win as many straight. But there is a scenario where they go against Houston at home, win the game, and then there's depending on what happens, they could host a home game, and I believe it's against. I think it would be would it be Houston? I think maybe or not. Sorry, not Houston. It would be Buffalo. They would play if they beat Jacksonville. Then the Steelers could play them, or if the seeds hold out, it would be Pittsburgh at Denver. And I'll tell you, John, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could win at Mile High. And then they're in the AFC Championship. Well, and then at that point, it's wide open, New England or whoever.
Right.
So
let's just take it one step at a time.
One step at a time.
And the Texans are coming up north to play in the cold not Lambeau Field. In the, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I like the Pittsburgh.
Let's talk Indianapolis Colts in their off season. They lost, what, 8 straight, something like that.
Absolutely. I'm losing my
mind.
That
press conference. Now we got a press conference tomorrow. That's going to be interesting. There's probably going to be tears. There's probably going to be self-deprecating. There's probably going to be pissed off. Chris Ballard's press conference is tomorrow morning at 11. So
I'm on.
Before I leave, I'm going to sit and listen to that before we leave for Atlanta. But the press conference that we had on Tuesday with Carly Ursay Gordon.
I'm glad you said Gordon. You got to put some respect on her name.
Was one of the most awkward jackassery press conferences I have ever heard for somebody that doesn't know the sport of football.
Right.
And, well, we want to go out there and try hard, and I'm pissed, and the fan validate the fans pissed off. Your biggest rival, I actually agree with some of the things he was saying in his in his radio show the other day about it. And I looked at Colts Nation. A lot of them were pissed, even at the press conference. And then she messed up that press conference, John. I feel so bad that the next day they had to put out another statement today or yesterday, and that even made it worse. I didn't think you could.
You can't lose the season ticket holders. That's one thing.
And if you're an owner, you don't show up. You don't show up 30 minutes late. Not say, "Hey, I'm sorry" or anything like that, and then do this. Myself, my sister, and such. We are so sorry for the way this. You don't need read a piece off a piece of paper that was a public relations. Hey, here's this. Go read it.
Pretty good at that. Yeah. No,
That's terrible. That was a terrible press conference. There's no support from the Colts fan base. I wouldn't support it.
Brandon,
They believe in Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen. Boy, what dirt does he have?
I gave my 2 cents on the college football show that we did on Sunday about the Colts.
Give it again. Give it to our Crossroads fans.
That was before the press conference. The press conference made it worse, man. Brandon, I'm kind of envious and kind of like looking at it like with a raise, like her eyebrows. Are you serious? That's her eyebrows?
That's what my wife said. My wife goes, "Are those her eyebrows?" I go, "Yep, they're moving."
They don't move. It's like huge caterpillars, National Geographic style.
Damn.
So I don't even know what's going on with my eyebrows. She's like somebody from the. Nope, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to get us in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
But don't do it. Don't do it.
But hey, man, Brandon, you see what I said on Facebook? It's her team. It's her team, and in this day and age, 2026, man, it's kind of hard to tell millionaires what to do with their team and their money. So, Brandon Reed, she did say at the end of her press conference that pressure, I think like the pressure's on. So if they can't fix it, they're gonna get fired. Steichen and the homie Ballard next year. Coach, I know you didn't like to hear it. 10-year plan, 11-year plan. You're gonna have to. They're talking about the kid's gonna have surgery. He's gonna be ready to go maybe week 3, week 4. And I told you, man, I wouldn't care if Daniel Jones was ready week 1. Like no, it's time to jettison this little plan, this patch-up plan that you have. I get it. Other teams do it, and it looks good. The Pittsburgh Steelers do it, and like they make it work for them. You know what I'm saying? But like it doesn't work for you to play, this patch-up quarterback game. Bottom out. I know it's not. I'm not saying tank. Bottom out. It's not saying you've let lesser talent go. You have something in Pierce. I know he's a free agent, so you can't necessarily trade that. But Pittman Jr., Brandon, I know you was probably hot on this trail, man, because he had some ones in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
That again, man, in a close game you don't know, but like in his hands, like those are possessions, and that they needed as a high player. And is he a captain of the team?
I don't know if he was.
I don't know about that, but a high paid, you know what I'm saying, Colt, man, you expect him to catch some of the balls in his hands. So the homie, he pulled out all the stops though in the game. No, they had a daggone fake punt. Man was coaching for his job, Brandon.
Well, we need everybody to try a little bit harder. We need to close game. That's the analysis you have? We need to try harder. We need to close these games. Like
all the draft answers all kind of point to the fact that the Colts don't have a consistent enough pass.
Here's my concern. Here's my thing. I understand you didn't change the quarterback. You didn't change the GM. I think right now changing it is dumb because you'd be bringing a new head coach, a new GM, and you have no first-round picks first 2 years of their existence.
And you leaving him with he or she, right?
Exactly.
With nothing. With nothing. So
I mean, theoretically, next year you're sort of starting them with nothing a little bit.
Well, essentially, she needs to get better at the presser. And sometimes y'all F them picks. You can't say that. You can't say F them picks.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Say another word real quick.
Another word?
Your audio is distorted all of a sudden.
Oh man, don't start this.
It's like a robot.
We was talking. Oh my god, we was talking about our eyebrows, man. They didn't came for us.
Do you want to come out and come back in?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Let's get John out of there. Were y'all hearing him come in kind of as a robot there all of a sudden? That was a little wild. Listen, he's talking about eyebrows to a millionaire. You can't, or you guys can say, yeah, I don't think they're a billionaire yet. Millionaire, you can't go that route. Justin Powell says wasting JT 100%, wasting him. I don't know if they've interviewed JT yet. They've had their exit interview with him yet. I'd be curious to kind of his take on it. He's not too happy with the way that season ended there as well. We'll see. We're gonna bring John back here. See if you can get him back in. JB,
I hope I ain't sounding like a robot.
It's bad on that end. Hold on a second. Start talking, and I'm gonna go onto the stream and see how you're sounding. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. This when we start talking about Carly Ursay Gordon, man, it's messing up our whole. We had a whole NHL diatribe, man. For real. This is messing up the whole time frame for all that, dude.
I think you're good on the actual stream, but to me, it's robotic. It's crazy.
Okay. Do a fill in.
I'll try to deal with it the best I can.
Okay. Go ahead.
Another thing is like you're wasting, as Justin Powell said, you're kind of wasting talent with Jonathan Taylor out there, and is he going to be requesting? Like you're wasting his. He only has what, probably a couple years left. You could think left in him at the peak level that he is. You're kind of wasting that talent level. Do the Colts then have to look at some of these pieces that they have and say, hey, we got to try to recoup a little bit of those first round picks? How are we going to do it? Even if it's an additional second round, maybe not a first round. What do you do at the quarterback with Anthony Richardson? He's still got 1 year left, John, but we have to feel that boat's ended. We have to feel a little bit, correct?
Right. Do you explore the Tua option?
No.
If you're the Colts, you got money, you got cap space.
It ain't that deep.
Not to get back in the first round?
Not to get back in the first round.
Of this year, because Mendoza is, I don't know, all of this kind of is now the slam dunk favorite to be number one overall. And I think there's still a little bit more microscope on that one. You know what I mean? But no, Coach got a lot of work to do. Ballard's got a lot of work to do. I'm sure he's going to be double talking tomorrow.
All right. Hopefully we can hear me. Let me see if I can get John back in here. JB, can you hear me? Let's see if we can get John back. This is what happens when we go 9 o'clock slot. And I got JB sound like a robot. We'll see if we can get him back in here. But no, I mean, you don't have a first round pick the next 2 years. And what do you spend to get rid of it? I mean, do you trade a Jonathan Taylor to get maybe recoup a second round or a third round? Can you get a second or third round for a Jonathan Taylor? Maybe it's just a fourth round. With the way his age is, you only get a fourth round. Maybe he's not going to be able to produce at the level he was producing. There is that possibility. Let me see. JB, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you better now. Can you hear me?
All right, there we go. Absolutely.
I had to turn off the mic and all that stuff. It was Mr. Roboto. You were about to do the new version of it. I don't know what the deal was. So yes. No, John, you don't go after Tua. You don't. I don't even think you can get. Here's my thing with Jonathan Taylor, the way his age is, I don't even think you can get a second round pick or a third round with his age. You might be able to get a fourth.
Jerry Jones is still out there as a general manager.
Jerry Jones not retired until he has the most Super Bowls, he said today.
Who a team like would the Washington trade for Jonathan Taylor? You know what I mean? They would. Where does John Harbaugh kind of find a position somewhere? You know what I mean? Soon,
I think John Harbaugh is either going to be a Giant or he's going to be a Raider. And then he gets Mendoza out there.
Well, hey man, some fool ass said they need to ask Kirsinetti about coming out to Las Vegas, man. I kind of thought that was cute. I kind of thought that was cute. you know what I'm saying, the Rick Pitino way of building, like, you know what I'm saying, Boston Celtics, they, you know what I'm saying, he left Kentucky and then he drafted half of Kentucky to come play for him, man. Those things don't necessarily work in professional
Right.
sports, man. So I think obviously I think Kirsten stays at Indiana. I mean, he's built something special. So but no, they could entertain. There's no reason they can get a second round for Jonathan Taylor. I think so.
Okay.
You might not be there yet, though.
Black Monday, Ravens, Giants, Titans, Cardinals, Raiders, Falcons, and Browns all have openings still.
It got bad.
I like John Harbaugh to the Giants or the Raiders. I do. Stefanski, I know, has interest drawn to him from the Giants as well. I just saw something today said 45 minutes after John Harbaugh was let go that there was teams already showing interest.
Yeah, and then kind of after I kind of really thought about it, I don't think this wave of NFL openings actually entertains a college football coach, whether they're in the playoffs or not. So the Beard's probably going to stay another year or so in Columbus.
Another year for the Beard.
And, you know what I'm saying, somebody will get promoted, or, you know what I'm saying, and some of these coaches just basically essentially be trading seats with another team. But yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to see what Kevin Stefanski, somebody who who seemingly was kind of hampered by two things, Brandon Reeves. Hampered by the Deshaun Watson contract, which I think he kind of asked for. He asked for that, and he didn't follow up at 11-5. I think they were 11-5 his first season, something like that. I think that was the season he was coach of the year. They lost the last time they made the playoffs was ironically against the Houston Texans back in, I think it's like 21 or 22 in the wild card. They lost. So again, like, you know, like certain teams just don't have, like, once you show them that you can be successful, they that. But like he's damn near better. He's for sure better than Dayball or what they had. You know what I'm saying? Previously with the Giants. So it's weird. Right. Hold on, though, Brandon. It's a little weird to me. That Atlanta thought that our homie was slam dunk 2 years in, and you had Belichick, and you said, no, we don't want Belichick, but you thought I'm saying they said this dude was in, and 2 years in, you didn't fire him.
Right.
So it kind of speaks to professionalism. I wish the homie Nas, you know, I wish we still was on audio and he was on radio. He calls, kind of tells us what the heck's going on down there with the Falcons and the Hawks.
I'll be down there tomorrow. I'll try to get boots on the streets.
Bet. But like, yeah, man, that's a little weird when you kind of talk about some of these Black Monday jobs. Brandon, I kind of throw it back at you. Is there currently any coaches sitting though, with John Harbaugh being kind of out here? You think any coaches sitting need to be worried, need to be sweating? He's a better candidate than some coaches are right now.
Miami
would be one. Yep. Yeah, for sure.
New Orleans.
Brandon, he kind of he through Spencer Rattler and the other homie. He kind of had a decent season. What, they got 6 wins?
Rival Cincinnati.
For sit him on down. Yeah, I don't think the Bengals would do that though.
Indianapolis
should think about it.
They should have.
But she didn't already. Yeah, she already went out there and said,
"Dirt, man. There's be some dirt on Steichen or something."
Can we get John Harbaugh a special headset to be on the sideline with owner?
Listen, I'm over that whole fucking charade that they're showing on TV every week with the headset, the cuteness of it. Oh, she's so cute with her little teeth. I'm over it, man.
He's over it, y'all.
Nobody likes a micromanager.
No, they don't.
Nobody. That's exactly what's going on. I know players might be playing better for her than they did Jim. Okay, but for those coaches, oh shit, should I be calling it? And what do you think she's understanding those play calls that coaches or the offensive coordinator is putting into the quarterback? Z right 53, 4 on slant. Like, you think she's like, oh yeah, like that's gonna be that. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I know the Colts credentials aren't coming to us, so it is what it is. But
you don't know that, dude. What? There's no way, man, because they slam the Colts. The organization. They fund the radio stations around here, sponsorships and money, and like everybody flame them from Jay Query to the homie JMV. We know Double D on the rival state, but they get money from the Colts as well from sponsorships and whatnot. Everybody flame the Colts, man. It just doesn't make sports management sense. You know what I'm saying? 10-year run, same general manager. He's patchworked up things. High points for sure with Phillip Rivers. High points for sure with Anthony Richardson. High points for sure. Yes.
high point, Anthony Richardson. Explain.
You said what now?
What's the high point with Anthony Richardson? Because
Hold on, he did outdo Rodgers the last time. He did outdo. He got one win against the Hall of Famer, man. Didn't it? Hold on, did that not beat Kansas City too?
Was that under him?
He probably playing in Kansas City next year. That's what I believe.
Wouldn't it be the most Colts thing ever if they go out? Because there was a report that Phillip Rivers is viewed as a potential head coach in this hiring cycle and would get in at least interviews. Can you imagine if the Colts went out and they said, Steichen, and got rid of Steichen, and they hired Phillip Rivers as head coach? That'd be the most Indianapolis Colts thing ever. No, clip that.
I don't think that's going to happen. I just think they're going to bank on the fact that Daniel Jones is going to come back after week 3, week 4. And they're going to run it back with the running backs that they have. With Jonathan Taylor, the kid, DJ Giddens, finally got some action. He looked like the guy I was preaching about early on in the season, but just didn't kind of get his opportunity. If they have enough money, Brandon, they better try to sign Alec Pierce. And tell Kwity Paye, see you later. You can go out there. John Harbaugh's out there and with the Chargers. See you later. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can have that Michigan connection back over because it never did pan out. No. Like it was supposed to.
You got good character, John.
Latu, like it's every 3 games where it flashes, man. So again, they gotta get the defense in the pass rush tighter for sure. But it still goes down to quarterback, and they still don't necessarily have that solidified.
Zaire Franklin, keep him, ship him.
If there's a market for him, yeah, man. But if there's no market for him, then it's probably gonna be some unfortunate cuts, Brandon, as well.
Some feelings are gonna be hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. John, we look at the playoff preview. Give me 1 second.
Unfortunately, the Colts ain't in it.
So we've got on the give me 1 second here. It's trying to load up. We've got Buffalo at Jacksonville, the Chargers at the Patriots, the Texans at the Steelers. If the Steelers win, New England wins, and Buffalo wins, then Pittsburgh will be going to New England. And if the New England wins and Jacksonville wins, then Pittsburgh will be going to Denver. So if they win their ball game. So isn't this one of the most wide open AFCs where you can make a case for all 7 teams to make a run?
You can, just because Denver has shown improved. It's a team mentality. The coach ultimately believes in his defense, and he gives Bo Nix, the game. Let me get it all out. He believes in Bo Nix. He believes in his quarterback to make.
Believes.
Yes, he believes in his quarterback to make consistent, not big time, splash plays, but a consistent enough plays so that they can win. But yeah, man, wide open. Buffalo Bills, man, it's on your backs. It's on your backs this weekend, man. It has to be, Brandon. You on the road. You're up against a team that already took his lumps early on in the season, and they're hot.
Which of these teams has the best quarterback?
Buffalo has the best quarterback, yes.
Which team has the most suspect defense?
Buffalo.
Isn't that crazy? Like it's like they got the best QB that can get to the Super Bowl, but they also have the worst defense.
Yeah.
And it's McDermott getting fired if they don't get there. This is the year you have to get there.
There is no excuses. There is no Lamar and the Ravens. There's definitely no future Hall of Famer Patty Mahomes. yeah, the real opposition is right here. Like this is your Super Bowl, Buffalo Bills. I know it's crazy as that sound, man. You got to beat Sunshine and Jacksonville this weekend. This is your Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's New England. I don't see them really having a problem with the Chargers there this weekend. I think that's a
Don't tell Hoffman. Don't tell the homie Hoffman from the Game Time podcast, man. He goes.
Herbert's going to throw for 300, 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Is he gonna play, or does the Predator got his backbone? I don't know. There was a lot of I don't know. John Harbaugh always like John Harbaugh is. I don't know if he's pleased with it, man. I think he's kind of got to deal with it. But for John Harbaugh, and we know he knows football, and he definitely knows quarterback position. Man, he played how many years between the Colts and the Bears, right? And he gurued how many quarterbacks that we can kind of list off of in that San Francisco thing and the Stanford thing, right?
Right.
Like Brandon, it hasn't popped. It has not popped, and like it's not like Justin Herbert. It was supposed to like. Remember the coach before? He was the problem. He didn't know time and place. He didn't know call a timeout. Remember that time?
Timeouts. Mike McCoy.
So yeah, so John Harbaugh was supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Bosa's gone, the locker room, whatever, and like, you know what I'm saying, him rubbing people the wrong way or whatever, that's gone. And you know, they gave the quarterback all the money, man, and I get it, you know what I'm saying, hurt, but like hurt quarterback's got to play too. So you saying you think it's gonna be easy work and the Chargers, then that's gonna be a disappointing season for them, even though they made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But so they're not going to trade Herbert or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's going to be some changes for sure.
Yep. Before I get your picks for this, I do have some breaking news out of the NBA.
Who got traded?
Trae Young. Trae Young has officially been traded to the Washington Wizards for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert.
Yep. Heard about it.
Why would you want to go to the Wizards?
I don't know, man. I guess you can figure out you can get as many shots that you can and get paid. That's kind of what it is, man. He's looking to for somebody.
Man, Atlanta's all over the news, man. I'm going down to Atlanta tomorrow. Trey's going to be gone.
Are you sad?
I might have had to do boots on the ground, not only for the Falcons, but now the Hawks fans.
Man, I hope he's running. They should have got more for Trae Young. It's almost like players like Trae Young is becoming dinosaurs, man. And 6 foot point guards or 6'1" point guards are, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily needed. I think for years in Atlanta they kind of I think Braden does track though. As I kind of shared some of the draft analytics this past week. Braden does track. I don't necessarily think first rounder for Braden, but like to talk about Trae, go back, man. You try to give me, you know what I'm saying, distracted. That's big time, man. It's been kind of been floated out there. I thought he would kind of make it to Sacramento, get paid, kind of go out there, take up as many shots. Sacramento needs a star player. They could have traded, you know what I'm saying, a little better package. Atlanta could have got a little bit better than what they got. That's not disrespect. Kispert. When's the last time we heard about him? Gonzaga in the final, you know what I'm saying, during the Final Four. But so I don't know, man. Washington, we'll see. They're gonna be they'll be in a play-in situation with him, maybe win some games. Play in.
Trae Young's
Tennessee.
27.
He's also looking for, you know what I'm saying, a contract that pays him like up north of $60 million a year, man. And like
Shams
he doesn't
said,
do that.
The trade ends Young's stint as the face of the Hawks since the 27-year-old to his preferred destination in the nation's capital. Top Wizards officials Michael Winger and Will Dawkins have searched to anchor their young talent in the next step of the team's development.
Well, they didn't move any of their potential first round picks, so they might, you know what I'm saying, if the bottom falls out on this, you know, they'll have a safety net there. But I think it's good. It's not necessarily enough that, you know what I'm saying, that they traded for to go over. McCollum's an expiring contract. Kispert is a try hard. Danny Ainge, you know what I'm saying, I respect him. I do, but you doesn't feel like that it was enough.
Okay, John, give me your weekend picks. Give me your picks for Wildcard Weekend for the NFL AFC side here.
Okay. Oh God, man, you know I can't see. I got. You said AFC.
Yeah,
Give
Buffalo
me the
at
Steelers.
Jacksonville.
I got Jacksonville. Give me the Steelers.
And then
And I will
Chargers at New
take.
England.
I got to take the Evil Empire.
Okay.
I got to take the Evil Empire.
Now let's look over to the interesting. I think this is more interesting. Here is the NFC side. The 1 seed Seattle with the bye. And then you've got Saturday night, Packers at Bears, division rivals. You have Philly and San Francisco, and you have the the Rams and Carolina. Man, I am intrigued by this Bears Packers. Could the Bears season that people have said it's been a magical run for the Bears? Everybody's saying it's a year earlier, so like that. Would this season be a lost cause then if they go out here and lose to their rivals, the Packers?
You just want to put some. Yeah, you just want to put so much gasoline on their season because both you and I early on, and it did look like because they looked very dysfunctional. I thought the Bears was going to be 1-10 before they ever was going to be NFC North champions. You know what I mean? So again, I will send them my apologies again. And Ben Johnson's probably your lead dog, or he should be your lead dog for NFL Coach of the Year. You know, so he went total Hulkamania. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. What is that? Week 7.
Brother. By the way,
After a big win.
Crossroads Sports
Radio.
I think
absolutely. I think Ben Johnson I think they have a better team and they weathered this storm of the Green Bay Packers have been woefully inconsistent all year.
Jordan Love hasn't played in a month, so he's gonna be a little rusty.
Yeah. So I know this is the game everybody takes a little bit more serious, and then like all the stakes are on this one because like it's a playoff game. So, but I like Chicago to come out on top.
Yep. Reggie Sykes says, "I hope the Gary Indiana Bears get beat bad."
Damn. Are they moving to Fort Wayne? I heard
he's got the Bears people on a list. He's got Packers fans on a list. He's got 49ers fans on a list. I appreciate he got Steeler fans on his list. But I'll tell you, all that list and stuff that he's talking, he got me. I ain't been talking shit about the Colts. So I know I ain't on his list. I've been good this year. I haven't said anything bad besides this ownership with the eyebrows. We're just start calling her Brow.
We'll come up with something bad. Scary. It's almost like she got some Scary Sherry in her, man. It's crazy.
Scary Sherry. I do like that. Scary Sherry.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
LOL. He says not you not, but the other Steeler fans have. So appreciate that, Reg. Thank you. I'm in mourning still, damn it. We'll talk. I'm still in mourning about my Pacers. So, but we'll get to that. 49ers, Eagles. This, to me, John, feels like a toss-up.
It really is. It really is a toss-up.
Will the drama come out?
I hope not. You better not hope not. If you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you better not hope not. But you also got to expect. You also got to expect this probably be an upset if the San Francisco 49ers do win because there's still some people in Philadelphia think they can get back to the Super Bowl. I'm probably one of those. But if they get their stuff right, the Philadelphia Eagles can get back to Super Bowl, man. But like they haven't gotten their stuff right, man. So surprise, man. I'm going to take the 49ers to upset this weekend.
Oh, okay. So John's take the 49ers.
You got to take one.
I take Philly.
And then,
they'll get one. I think they get one. Who'd you have in Packers, Bears?
Like I said, I took Chicago.
Okay. I like Chicago as well in that one. And then I like the Rams over Carolina with the upset. You could say it's an upset based on seeding. I know record's better for the Rams. I think they get through Carolina, even though Carolina, they could pull one off at home possibly. You never know. Yeah,
they do play tough. It was not a pretty game against them in Tampa Bay this past weekend. And I'm not talking about I like rainy. I like games that have different, atmospheres and whatnot. but it was not a pretty game. They struggled to score points, period. You know what I mean? Winning games is one thing, scoring points to win said games. I think the Rams handle business and move on.
I asked you this a week or two ago. I'm going to ask it again, see if anything's changed.
Yes.
DCOS says go Colts.
He's a hater.
He loves Scary Sherry. Which number 1 seed do you trust the least, Denver or Seattle?
Seattle, straight up. You know,
Based
saying
off,
it does the ball.
Based off of quarterback,
it's based off
defense,
the quarterback,
or what?
It's based off the quarterback and coach and tenure. Like, you know, what I'm saying,
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this position? You know, what I'm saying, the coach on Denver side, yeah, still shaky quarterback, but I think he's got it. He's always laser focused, man. He's chewing on peanuts. He's always laser focused. Like, he's ready to talk and play football. You know what I'm saying? So, the shakiest number 1 seed is Seattle.
Okay. College football this weekend, John. We've got, or this weekend, but tomorrow we got game 1. Let me bring up our spreadsheet here. We're gonna get Tanner's picks at some point by tomorrow. I'll shoot him a message tonight. But we're down to 2 games left in college football. First one tomorrow night, number 10, Miami, -3.5 versus number 7, Ole Miss, in the Fiesta Bowl out in Glendale, Arizona. John, who is your pick in that one?
The little homie, man, Chambliss, man. I like him. You love him. You know, he's re-upped again. He'll be back on the sidelines of Ole Miss. You shaking your head? You shaking your head? You shaking your head? But like, no, it is, and it's weird. Well, I get that. Well, you know what is weird is that in this quarterback light, you know what I'm saying, that we'll see in the first round and even in the second round, like, he should have came out. Like, you know what I'm saying, with people being so super thirsty, he would have got picked. Ole Miss is not throwing, you know what I'm saying, giving away peanut butter money, but I probably would have went into his hot name right now. They got Trinidad flags. He ain't even Trinidadian. It's crazy for him right now. So it's not the and then we, of course, on the other side we got Michael Irvin, you know what I'm saying, beating inanimate objects and losing his mind because the Miami Hurricanes have stepped up. That's not the same team that lost to SMU. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same team that kind of just, you know what I'm saying, moonwalk his way through ACC. Yeah, the ACC play. So at some point, though, I think Miami's real, like, the success bug kind of hits them. And, you know what I'm saying? They kind of slow down. And I like I said, I'd like Ole Miss. Ole Miss slayed a dragon, Brandon. They beat Georgia. That's big time for them.
They did. Give me Miami -3.5. Cristobal.
He wants to see Michael Irvin go crazy.
I want to see Michael Irvin back down in Miami since his college days. But yeah, so I'm going to take the Hurricanes -3.5. It's going to be wild because if they advance, John, the national championship's going to be in their home stadium.
I know.
So that alone could be interesting. Also, if somehow Oregon advances, that's also another storyline. Cristobal taking on his old team, Oregon, possibly. Right?
Well,
so that's another possible storyline that could happen.
Yeah. What do you think about on the other side, Oregon, and since we're talking about Oregon, you know what I mean? What do you think about
college football playoff Peach Bowl, Friday night, 7:30. I'll be there. Taking the old man Pops, my brother. We're going, leaving tomorrow. Boots on the street in ATL. Man, I'll tell you this. Dante Moore, Oregon's run game is dismantled. I don't know if you know this. They only got 3 running backs on the roster. Their guy that broke the huge run last week, Johnny, just entered the portal. He ain't playing. He entered the portal. So that puts him down to 2, 3, maybe 3 running backs left. That's eligible. Isn't that crazy? You're 2 games away from a national championship, and you say, "Hey, you know what? I'm in the portal. I'm going for money."
And actually are playing. And I know some people were saying, like the Texas lost wide out, and I know there's other people kind of moving around as well. There's like one time, two times in their program, but like you are in the playoffs, you getting paid. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't. The team that you're going to, they couldn't wait. If they can't wait, man, then that team. You know what, Brandon? That team's not a program. They probably. I guarantee he ain't going to Ohio State. I guarantee you know what I'm saying.
You know, if he was smart, he would then go back to Oregon and say, "Hey, you want me to play these last 2 games or so, if possible? Pay me a little more now."
Oh, no,
That was if he was smart. But Oregon only had about 88 yards or so rushing last time these two teams played up there at Eugene.
That's concerning.
With less running backs available and good running backs that you have, that run game is going to stall out, I feel, against this IU defense, which means you're going to have to go to your passing game. Dante Moore, I think, has thrown 4 interceptions in 4 games. His last 4 games. He threw 2 against Indiana when they played earlier. So I think Oregon, if you're telling me Dante Moore is going to have to go to a passing game again, this vaunted IU defense, this IU team, John, reminds me of Michigan a couple years ago, that they were always making the right play. They were always in the right spot. It was a magical run. Everything kind of went their way. They got a great quarterback. He's saying all the right things. He's making the right reads. They do not falter. Every play is a positive play for this IU team. That being said, I think it's a team of destiny. I've said that to you now. I believe in this team. Being a Boilermaker fan, I'll say it, man. I'm pulling for IU here. I think they're a team of destiny. I think this is their year. I think they get past Oregon. I'm going to take IU minus the 3.5. They may even make it a double-digit win.
Yeah, that's when you say a running back, you know what I'm saying, an integral part of their offense. And our Oregon's, I'm not saying they're not good on the defensive side, but they're leading on their offense. If you're telling me that an integral part of their offense is not going to be there, then Kurt Cinetti, they're going to expose that in the first 10 minutes. I guarantee you. And that's how they play. And once they expose it, they don't give you no slack. And with their run game, with the IU's run game, they have clock control. They also have big playability out of the tight ends and their wideout. So they're also a hard stop. The darn self. So there was a tight game earlier on in the season where IU went and out of there, right? Out of Oregon. I don't think we experienced that this time around.
Yeah, I think some people say it's hard to beat a team twice. I think it is, but I think if you got a solid game plan, you've got a leader among men like Kurt Signetti, who's preparing a team like the way he's preparing them. Don't get me wrong. I like Dan Lanning. I do.
Right.
But
I thought the coach should have thought about, hey, Dan, you like the headsets? We got 3 over here for everybody.
Coach Signetti, man, he's a G now. He is. Yeah, listen, he could be talking, John. He could get us fired up before a Crossroads show. I feel
and he's
like
and he's already got replacement guys coming. You know what I'm saying? Either in big time recruiting or, you know what I'm saying, like I said, coming through the portal, man. So it ain't gonna stop for him.
So we've both got Indiana.
Yep.
I think Miami. John's got Ole Miss. We'll get Tanner's picks, put him in there, pick them. We'll get that going. 2 things I have left for me, John, is one is we got a problem with college basketball officiating. A big problem. There was a game at Syracuse where a freaking blown call was the most obvious blown call in the world. Missed. We had one on Friday night. Michael Shrewsbury almost was going to go apeshit on this referee. That it was a horrible foul. And then last night we had one in the Oregon game against Rutgers, where the Rutgers guy missed a free throw. He got his own rebound, and they called a foul on him. And, of course, Oregon comes down, hits a 3, ties the game. But it's bad. The announcers are even saying how egregious and terrible it is lately.
Yeah, Brandon, you already know, dude.
They're going to make me pull him out. They're going to make me pull out the Undertaker.
Basketball all around. Yeah, NBA officiating is atrocious. You know, I don't know. The world of college basketball here, for me, Brandon, here locally, I look at it like this, man. Butler, 3-game losing streak. You got to get it right. Otherwise, they are currently on the bubble for me. IU put together a pretty good string of wins, man. And did they take down Maryland tonight?
Yes. Yeah, they did.
Okay. They're a team, Brandon. Once they like to shoot, Brandon. They do shoot a high volume of 3-pointers, and if the shots are making, that's
Who
kind of
they got next after this tonight?
They got Derek. Don't they got the Derry Birds?
Look at John's shirt, people. Nebraska, John's wearing.
The Derry Birds, man. A bunch of, Fred Hoiberg is got his son out there. He's a senior. He's got a bunch of other guys. 24-year-old Dutch guy. You already know that.
22, just so you know.
Yeah. 20. Well, the Dutch. Yeah, he's got another guy's name I don't want to even butcher from Turkey. You know what I mean?
Is he legal to play?
Yeah, he's 20. He's 20 years old, 6'10", can't rebound worth of shit. Sorry, but got a Bojan. Hey man, he got a Bojan shooter on him, man, for real. Like he'll make an NBA roster. But like Nebraska undefeated, you got to tip your hat to that. I think if from a mid-major standpoint, the homies are still undefeated. The Redbirds out of Miami, with the Hoosier coach Travis Steele. And then, but like Hoosiers should make the tournament. Of course, Purdue's crushing. Braden Smith is up here crushing all-time Big Ten records. Brandon,
hey, man, did you see the Paul Davis, the former Michigan State player?
They told him to leave. Like, and coach was like, "What are you doing?
What the hell are you doing?"
He's like, "What the hell are you doing? I could have been coaching LeBron. Do you want to come back?" Coach, he always goes, "Do you want to come back? Is that what it is?" The day he's going to come back, he's got some eligibility left. He wants to come back. I don't know. When I look at the Big Ten, though, Brandon, top teams are going to be. I think Purdue will, even with Michigan being real strong, because Michigan survived a big scare last night against Penn State. Penn State, that's the best play you could come up with at the end of the game. Damn, terrible. You know what I mean? But like, there's some other people that can contend to the throne. Illinois, for sure. Derek Birds, who's undefeated right now.
They give you that swag. Did Nebraska give you that swag, Crossroads style?
Man, I got this from. I can't tell you, man. I got it from. I got some folks out of Nebraska. I'm pro Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? Football.
I know you don't like Matt Rule, but you pro Nebraska.
Yeah, man.
You still on that Tom Osborne style is where you at.
That's right. That's right.
Listen, Pacers 6-31, 13-game losing streak, longest in franchise history. I've told you, let's just lose out. Let's get that number 1 pick. Let's bring in AJ DeBassier. Bring the savior in to work with Tyrese. Here's my only thing, and I had a nightmare of this the other night. This is how much it's bothering me.
Stranger things.
That Indiana, we lost so much that it got toxic enough where our best player right now, Pascal Siakam, who is having a career year, I'll say, to enough that he knows, like he knew, like it's gonna be tough with Halliburton being out and the injuries and all that stuff, but it weighs on him so much that he's just like, I want out. I'm frustrated. Nobody else is playing well. Nobody else is playing right. I don't want him to get frustrated so much where he just says, "Fuck it, I'm out. I'm done." Himself, because I had a dream where that happened, and we ended up freaking trading him because he wasn't happy.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily seem like a team hopper. I think the economics of and like where the team wanted to go as far as Toronto and them losing at the time, and going through a youth movement he didn't want to be a part of. So if the Pacers are mixing a youth movement with a veteran movement next year, because we can kind of call this season a wash, we can, right? So, but like, what does that look like? Again, he might kind of see like what is that kind of
look moved before next year's trade deadline. I think he's got to see what the season plays out with Tyrese coming back.
Right. If a Trae Young can be traded, for sure, Pascal Siakam can be traded. You know,
you've been very critical as of late on Twitter and stuff with the targets apparently that the Pacers have been looking at for centers. You don't want the Clippers guy, Zubac.
Man, I was excuse me. They want to trade Mathurin, and I know, Mathurin is probably Matthew is better when the whole team is out there. I
Brother,
know.
I follow your tweets every night. I got
Right.
alerts on your tweets. I get notifications whenever you tweet because I have to
But
see what we're talking about, the latest.
I just don't like, you know what I'm saying, when you talk about trade talk, like what is that going to cost you? Like the Clippers are going to be looking for like back end picks to potentially too, and like so you Pacers want to have as many lottery balls. Even unfortunately, Brandon, as this might sound, like our friend is coming off an Achilles, so if he doesn't bounce back proper, like man, what I'm saying, you're gonna be wanting to get out of that deal, you know what I'm saying, or find another youth movement like up underneath, so to kind of keep the like man, Pacers fans want to be greedy, you know what I'm saying. You taste the cup, little bit cup, you know what I'm saying, the Commissioner Cup go right, playing in, what I'm saying, against the Lakers, and
Yeah.
definitely playing in the finals, man, kind of solidified it for sure. And kind of, what I'm saying, if you had your star player, he'd have been there, man. So, I just kind of put in those things. What if your star player don't necessarily bounce back the way you want him to bounce back? You want to have some back end security. So I wouldn't necessarily trade everything for Zubac. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Matthew. I think you get a little bit better deal than just Zubac back.
Okay. What else you got, John?
No, man, just I think we hit on all cylinders tonight, man. You want to talk? I mean, we gotta, saying the homies kind of, our sponsor,
Yeah, go
under
ahead.
sponsor.
Go ahead, sir.
So like, we got our sponsor, Thomas and Reed. Outside of our normal sponsors, Scott K. Nichols, Thomas and Reed, they do great tax preparation, man. You'll see more if you're a
Send
fan of
me
the
I
show.
need a logo, by the way, a new logo.
Yeah,
So
you see you folks will see more more logo stuff about their services they offer. If big or small tax preparation that you need, especially in this time.
tax time's coming, baby.
Yeah,
It's coming quick.
these are these Thomas and Reed would be the people you need to talk to. Tax portfolios over not just during tax time. This is what they do professionally for you. Officially, I know for I won't say at least 7 years, but as a team. So again, these are not rookies. These are folks. Also, you get in front of them, man. Probably gonna get a good advice about wealth management as well. I know as
Yes.
well, man. So definitely,
Can't have enough of that.
definitely cannot have it, especially in these times, man. So Thomas and Reed, new sponsor, new old sponsor for the Crossroads Sports Show, folks. You'll be seeing more and more information about the services they have, and I tell you, take advantage of them for sure. I have myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you to them hopping on board again. John, send me another logo. I'll get some things loaded up for it. Um, last thing I have, I guess I glossed over it. I mean, we got a big one tonight in the association, John. We got a big one.
I think about Purdue and Washington. Who we got
No,
tonight?
it's already started. I mean, we're first quarter in. I got it on the TV now, but Spurs and Lakers. The Kang against Wemby.
Hey man, listen, Wemby had 30 and they lost. I was here 30 off the bench, man. So I guess he's kind of showed some type of humility or whatever, man. But like 30 and they lost against a team they should have blown out the water. I get it. This is a big time matchup game. All eyes is on the King because what his agent is kind of talking about on the sideline. Like, don't try not to listen to the agent. He's playing the sports. He's playing the sports agent game with ESP. He's playing the agent game with the networks, not necessarily with the
Right.
fandom. And it's irritating. But you know what I'm saying. I like I said, man. I do believe LeBron James ends this year, not his career as a Laker. This year as a Laker, and then next year there's probably a mass of change in Cleveland, and he kind of just does his 1 year with Cleveland.
Yeah, Reggie said Oklahoma City lost bad the other night to the Hornets. Dude, they were bound to have a couple clunker games at some point.
Yeah, starting off so hot that they did. So no 72 games winning for them this year, but I still got them going back to back.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we will be back on Sunday night with the college football show as we preview the Natty. John's got Nebraska on. I've got Crossroads Sports Radio, so repping the brand. Thank our sponsor, Scott K. Nichols State Farm Insurance, Thompson and Reed. Shout out to our new sponsor with them. A lot of great things going to be happening there. I'm going to be in ATL tomorrow for the Peach Bowl. IU, Oregon, taking the old man. Can't wait. Going to have some good memories down there.
Welcome to Atlanta. We got to get you some ludicrous. Don't.
I got a Mendoza T-shirt. I told my dad I wear for him.
God.
Good. You got a Mendoza
You got
T-shirt.
on some red?
I don't have any red. I had to go buy some. The only red I got is Ball State. I can't wear that down there.
No, you can't, man. Shout out to Coach Lewis. Shout out to the homie Willie Sneed. But yeah, I can't wear that down there.
Trying to think of anything else they got. But no, we'll be back next week for the show. Same time. Well, same day. Time may be different. We'll be a little bit earlier. But Jonathan Birdsong, Brandon Reeve, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys again next week on Sunday's show. Have a good evening.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.